join me from the Glencoe Valley. We are staying in this little tiny hobbit hole house with a view out to the loch and the mountains of that. It's incredible. We've got 2 nights here, no Wi-Fi, no understanding of what the weather's going to be like, no plan for walks, but all I know is it is bloody gorgeous here and I'm so excited to explore this area with you. First things first, we're going for a wild swim. If you've joined me on adventures before, you'll know it's very fair to say that I struggle with cold water, so I knew undoubtedly that the loch was going to be the coldest place I've ever swam. There's something about being in a wild place that loosens your spirit though, and makes it wilder. So suddenly I found myself in a new position of thinking a swim could actually be a really good idea. It was just a short walk down from our hut, and we reached the moody shores.
Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just
How cold. Cold enough.
It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know.
Okay, in true Scottish fashion, it is raining and it is a bit cold today. The water's even colder. If you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know I'm not so good with cold water, but it's just so beautiful. I feel like I kind of have to. It feels really rude not to, so I'm going to try. You'll see I'm already in my big down puffer, so going in the water may not be the best idea, but I feel I do have to try. I will try for you, for me, for this beautiful loch, the beautiful Highlands. Let's give it a go. Yeah, you're a braver man than I, Joshua Sinclair. Refreshing in any way?
Yeah, very.
You're staying down longer than I thought you would. My hands are shaking, I can't even think.
Don't do it then.
Tell me what to do. Pretty, also cold, but very pretty. Whoa, look, a rainbow! Whoa. There's a rainbow just behind me. On the reviews people left for this Airbnb, some of them were lucky enough to have seals here. They swam with seals, how amazing. But I think I can live with just having a rainbow. That's pretty spectacular too. Went back and showered after the wild swim. I felt so refreshed. You know, you guys, all you guys that like wild swimming, I think I'm joining the club. Each time I do it, it gets a bit easier, and yeah, the colder the water is, that was definitely the coldest I've swam in by far. and yeah, I did get very cold, but it was so refreshing. And yeah, for a while you do just feel, wow, you like buzzed, energized, and it was just so gorgeous there. I think we might go for another swim in the morning, depending on the weather. We'll see. It's quite rainy and foggy right now, but the people whose Airbnb it is said that the last 3 summers have been absolutely gorgeous here, and just a few days ago they had the 33-degree heat that most of the country in Europe has been having. I can't really imagine this kind of landscape in that kind of heat. When you picture Scotland, you always picture it in that moody, darker tones, don't you, with the rain and the low-lying clouds and fog. It really suits it. It's just so beautiful here. So we're just gonna have dinner now, brownies for dessert, and then just read and enjoy being in the cabin and with this amazing view. For the rest of the evening, we sheltered up in our cosy hut, playing guitar, reading, and staring at the view ever changing out of our windows. It is a triple rainbow! Good morning. We just woke up. I had such a good night's sleep, and before we head out for a day of exploration, I thought I would just show you around this Airbnb tiny house hut thing that we've got. It won't take long because it's small, but perfectly formed. It is so nice here. If you're a couple and you're just looking for a place to stay for a couple of nights, I really could not recommend this enough. It is stunning. So you come in through the door, and I think the first thing that hits you is wood everywhere. And I don't know about you, but me and Josh were saying that we just love the wood look. Wood on the ceilings, wood on the floor. If we were designing or making our own house, we'd do something exactly in this style. It just gives it this gorgeous, warm feeling, and it all spirals up to this skylight which lets in so much light. It's amazing. Wood, 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 wood. So the futon here, it's a futon. So in the daytime it acts as a really comfy seat. At night it comes out for a bed, and it was so comfy. We had such a good night's sleep. Little place to eat your food, and then tucked around this corner, excuse all our bags, is the mini kitchen. So they've got a mini fridge and a microwave which we used to cook ready meals last night as our dinner. And then you have the bathroom, which, considering the size of this place, is really, really spacious in there. So, heated towel rack, a luxury, toilet, sink, mirror, and look at the size of this shower. It's massive. It's like bigger than most people have, and it fits in this tiny house. Amazing. And yeah, that's it. I told you it'd be small. Oh, actually, I'll show you my favourite things about it though. So when you're lying in bed, they've positioned 2 long windows like really low down. So when you're lying in bed, you can just see straight out. There's one view. Joshua enjoying his morning coffee with you. And the other view out onto the loch. And when you pull back this panel, you see the Shire. Well, not quite. You see the Highlands, but I think we can handle that. But you come outside, and as lovely as the hut is, and it really, really is, what sells it, the best part is the views, is the outside. So we're near the town of Balladoulish, I said that right, and Glencoe is just literally 2 minutes down the road on the other side of the loch, and this is Leven Lodges, named after Loch Leven, which is in front of me. So you've just got glens, mountains, hills, whatever you want to call them, and then the loch right in front of you, and it is just so peaceful. I will link this place in the description box in case you want to visit this Airbnb too. Just let me know if the link doesn't work, because in the past it hasn't. Lynn, if you're watching, you'll know what I'm talking about. At this point, the wind got so loud and horrible sounding on my audio that I couldn't bear to make you suffer through it. In summary, I was telling you in many excited words that we were about to head off into the Glencoe Valley and hike the Lost Valley Trail, a spectacular looking route heading up along a waterfall into a mountain valley above. It was a wet and windy day, but it did nothing to dampen our excitement. It was to be my first proper Highlands hike,
and I couldn't wait.
Alright folks, we set off. It's pretty moody looking. We actually sat in the car for like 10 minutes because it absolutely poured it down. Or maybe it's just a wee bit of rain, isn't it? When you're in Scotland, this is to be expected. We're gonna get rained on at some point, so I've got the waterproof on my bag, waterproof on, ready to zip up when it inevitably rains. I've got my waterproof trousers on, although I'm not really sure if they'll do much job. They're like some £10 Umbro pair that my mum got for my brothers when they were little to just like wear on snow days. So I don't have high hopes that it's going to stand up to some heavy Highland rain if it comes down, but it will protect me at least for a bit. That is definitely a piece of kit that I need to get very soon. Gives me a bit of vertigo going over this bridge, I'm not gonna lie. Scotland is a country that I haven't actually really explored that much, but really want to. We used to come up when we were younger. We had my aunt and uncle, they lived in Dunblane, so we spent a few Easters up there, and I don't really remember a whole lot from when I was younger, to be honest, but I do have a lot of really vivid memories from those Scotland trips, particularly the parts when we were outside. I remember one sausage sizzle where we stopped on the side of the road and just sat and cooked sausages in the mountains. I remember doing what felt like a long walk, it probably wasn't, to get to this lovely river in fields of gorse and heather, and us having a picnic there and playing 40-40 as a family. So yeah, those are real standout memories for me, and they're all outside in Scotland, so I'm excited to be back here and starting to tick more places off the list. Oh my god, this place here, the view of the Three Sisters in front of me right now, I can't explain it to you, it's amazing.
In contrast to higher up, the path at the start of the walk was flat and dry and stepped, making for easy walking. It was windy and exposed, but seeing the ferns and flowers rustle in the breeze added a softer touch to an otherwise stoic and bold landscape. In the distance, mist was rolling over the top of the hills and shifting slowly across their ridgeline.
I have de-kitted, waterproofs off. It was getting like a bloody oven in them, and I feel really tired. It's a lot of uphill. It's an out and back route and it's not many Ks, but yeah, it's all uphill, and obviously because it's an out and back, it's all downhill on the way back. I think it's 300 or something meters elevation, and it's rocky steps the whole way up because it's been raining. It's a bit slippery, so yeah, short hike, but not technical, but a tiny bit more technical than you would think if you just saw the distance. I keep wanting to stop all the time just to take in the views. I just wish I could bottle up the atmosphere of this place for you and kind of share it through the screen. I mean, I'm sure it's looking spectacular, but God, if you just close your eyes, just imagine I can smell the ferns and mosses, that kind of sweet, rich, damp smell, and the air, it's really misty. You can feel the moisture on your face as well as the drops of rain as it's coming down, and the only sounds I can hear is this waterfall coming down through the valley and my own breath, of course. Other than that, it's just silent, eerie. It's kind of like you've gone back in time or to the edge of the world. It's like the land that time forgot.
The higher we climbed, the wilder it got. The path became scrambles in places, streams in others, and the thundering sound of the waterfalls that cut through the valley as a surging white trail was ever present in the background.
Oh yeah! Started to rain again. Just had our lunch at the top. Incredible views, but the weather's coming in again. There's a raven just sitting at the top here, like watching as everyone comes up. At first it felt quite eerie, but then it's just like, kind of feels like he's the guardian of the Lost Valley, and he's watching us, making sure we're worthy of such a view. I hope I am deemed worthy. It'd be amazing to wild camp up here if you knew the weather was going to be good. It is pretty cold and damp now. I think I'm definitely going to have to get myself some like proper mountaineering training, because I don't know, it's quite scrambly in some places, and if the weather came in I wouldn't feel very comfortable at all up here. I'm not too strong on navigation. The one thing I do have going for me is that I definitely know my limits, and I think I'm very respectful of them, and I won't try something if I don't feel comfortable or it's not safe. So that's the one thing that kind of keeps me in check at the moment. But if I want to be exploring wilder and wilder places, I'm definitely going to need to upskill to go with that.
The area was formed an age ago, when a huge ice cap was slowly sweeping through the Glencoe Pass on its way to the sea. Getting trapped along the way, the huge weight of ice carved out this lost valley. In later years, so secret is the valley, that the famous Highlands Scottish clan, the MacDonalds of Glencoe, used it to hide and protect their cattle from other clans.
Valley completed. That was spectacular. Spectacular. I didn't even mind the rain. It really just adds to the atmosphere, and it rolls in and out quite quickly. If you're thinking about doing this hike, I would thoroughly recommend it if you have the fitness. Definitely need a good pair of hiking boots, because it is up rocks the whole way, scrambling in places, and they are very slippy, particularly in the rain, and there's bits with moss that just become like a slip and slide in the water. And of course, well, here in the Scottish Highlands, you don't need me to tell you that you need layers and waterproofs, basically packed for all weathers. We had it all today. That was glorious, because you just feel really like you are somewhere truly wild. They put on such a show, these Scottish mountains. Now time for a hot drink in the cafe, I think. That's how all good hikes come to an end, isn't it? That's where we went, up the valley.
The drive through the Glencoe Valley is often cited as one of the best in the world, and it wasn't hard to see why. Part of me wanted to keep walking and exploring the valley, but I was also very happily drawn back to the lodge. As soon as we arrived back, the clouds and mist gave way to clear blue skies, so we headed down to the shores of the loch to try and take it all in.
You know, I really do think I could live here, as in right here. There have been so many places I've visited that I've been blown away by. I thought, yeah, it would be lovely to live here, but none of them felt like the image I have in my mind of the kind of place I would like to live. And honestly, this is it. This is what I've been picturing in my head. Staying here, it's the first place I've been that's like felt like home. I'm just like, how on earth would you get your hands on a piece of land like this? I don't know, but it would be the absolute dream. The more I explore Scotland, I tell you, this place is already under my skin. I've only been here a few days. big news is that I have moved to this country. I have moved to Scotland. I cannot believe I'm saying that. I've always wanted to live in a place like this, live an even more wild lifestyle, being in touch with nature more, getting outdoors more in such incredible places, and what could be a better place to do that than Scotland? So I'm going to be based about 40 minutes from the Glencoe National Park, so that's my new playground. That's where we're going to be able to explore together, and I cannot wait to take you on more adventures like this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed sharing it with you, because this has really been a magical couple of days. So yeah, if you want to see more of the wilds of Scotland, then be sure to stay tuned for the next one. But until then, hope you're all having a lovely week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.